This cleanup day, we're going to start with your hat. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. In case you didn't notice, we're starting early with the cleanup. There's a Yankees hat to my right. That's the first piece of trash that's going to get cleaned up this morning. Thank you all for joining us for our annual spring cleanup. This cleanup has been a tradition in Baltimore for a long, long time, so we're so glad to see so many people today out in our neighborhoods showing their commitment to keeping our city clean. Today, for the first time, we are combining our spring cleanup with our city services sprint, which we'll talk about in a few moments. But I first want to acknowledge our partners in the work today. Councilman Bullock, who is here, who's welcome to his beloved 9th District. Thank you, Mr. Councilman. Our city administrator, Faith Leach, is here. Our Department of Transportation Director, Corinne Johnson, is here. This is his first cleanup back. Our returning home Director of Public Works, Khalil Zaied. Thank you, Mr. Director, for coming back and continuing to clean up. Director Reggie Moore from Rec and Parks. Director Singletary from my Office of Community Affairs for coordinating today's events, and everybody from the Cabinet who is joining us this morning. And, of course, most importantly, our residents, businesses, and community groups who are either here or one of the locations all across the city of Baltimore. I want to thank Joe Richardson from Midtown Edmondson, Devin Wilkins from the Black Baltimore Renaissance Cleanup Crew, Win Waste who is sponsoring our cleanup at this location despite the Yankees hat, Care First sponsoring our cleanup along the North Avenue Gateway, Johns Hopkins University, who is sponsoring the cleanup in the 4x4 in Northeast Baltimore, Amazon's Black Employee Network, who sent 20 volunteers out today, the Bar Association of Baltimore City, who sent 10 volunteers out today, the Hope Center, who sent 20 volunteers out today, Northrop Grumman, who sent 20 volunteers, Alpha Sigma, Chapter Sigma Gamma Rho Incorporated, who sent 30 volunteers, Every Breath Cleaning and Services, who sent 8 volunteers, You Can Do It, who sent 5 volunteers, and last but not least, Black Girls Vote, who sent out 40 volunteers. They don't vote, they clean up too. I also want to give a shout out really quickly to our Clean Course, our ARPA-funded initiative that has made such a huge impact. Clean Core has cleaned more than 700 tons of trash throughout the neighborhoods and the streets of Baltimore. Let's give them a big round of applause. They're tackling 11 neighborhoods today: Westport, Carrollton Ridge, Boyd Booth, the 4x4, Druid Heights, Sandtown, Winchester, Penn North, Harlem Park, Upton, Chum, and Darley Park, also known as they are going exactly where we know the dumping and the trash seems to be a persistent problem. And beginning in May, Clean Core will be expanding their services with regional crews in up to 10 additional neighborhoods. I'm thankful to all of our partners who are supporting not just Clean Core, but the cleanup that we have today. This is one day of action. It's a fantastic opportunity for residents and community partners to get outside, enjoy the spring weather with a little bit of rain today, and make a real tangible difference in their neighborhoods. But today is more than just one day of service, and I want to shout out the thousands of city employees who serve and do this work each and every day. Let's give them a big round of applause. Including my good friend who's traded in her normal cleanup materials for a picker. I'm shocked to see you with that in your hand, man. I'm shocked. 1 year ago, our city administrator, Faith Leach, and I set in motion our Build Better Baltimore initiative, in which we challenged ourselves as city government to complete a variety of services over a span of 90 days. Last spring, and then again last fall, our crews went above and beyond, hitting every single goal that we set for them. Today, we're excited to announce the next set of sprints. Over the next 90 days, we will fill 20,000 potholes, remove 1,000 graffiti markings, and launch a graffiti task force, abate high grass and weeds at 1,500 vacant properties, and prioritize litter removal services requests, and launch a community litter patrol. Following this press conference, I will assist with the mowing, grass and weeds, and removing litter from this location before traveling across the city to join our teams in removing graffiti and filling potholes. This is about showcasing the incredible hard work that our city employees do every day and every night to address critical city services. It's about challenging our crews to go a little further than they think they can. Councilman Bullock, you know about that as a runner. You have to push yourself to go as far as you can and even further in order for you to grow into your best. And most of all, it's about getting things done for our residents. This work happens every day, but we set goals that we want to challenge and push to the furthest limit so that we can continue to better ourselves in serving you, the residents of Baltimore. And with that, I call on all our residents that if you see litter dumping in your community, first pick it up, but if it's too much for you, call us. We'll pick it up. If you see potholes, let us know. Send us a picture on 311. Graffiti, high grass and weeds, submit the request so that we can make sure that we are getting those things handled. We will follow up and get the job done, and who knows, I might fill a pothole myself for you. So I want to thank my colleagues in government, and again, and thank you all for participating. And now I'll turn it over to the councilman of West Baltimore, Councilman John Bullock. Mr. Councilman.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Scott. Thank you for everyone being out here today. Welcome to West Baltimore. Welcome to the 9th District. Welcome to Edmondson Avenue. One of the things I would just focus on today is really the word partnership. Because here we have all of these partners who have come out on this beautiful morning to assist our community in doing this work. And when I say our community, I'm talking about some of these community leaders out here, right? So I see Tim Bridges from Fayette Street Outreach. I see some of the other folks who are in this community who are doing this work on a daily basis. And here we are to give a lift, give a support, and with all of the partners here to give that type of energy, that type of lift. Because as you know, many of our neighborhoods need that love and attention. And you being here really shows that love. I also like to shout out some of our organized labor brothers and sisters, IBEW, right? Again, the fact is that our city is really built on the back of working people, right? And so there are opportunities for us to work, to serve our communities. And it is so fantastic to see all of the folks that are out here. All of you partners, whether it be from the nonprofit sector, whether it be from other folks who are doing great work, some of our anchor institutions within our city who are showing up on this day. It is truly, truly fantastic. And one of the things that that the mayor alluded to, right? He talked about us both being runners and talked about this sprint, right? This city services sprint. The reality is also this, right? Some would say it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's both. The work that we do for this city, it's an everyday journey, right? There's mile after mile after mile that we're doing, and some things you may not see on a daily basis. But then there's the end, there's that push. And here we are now pushing things forward as we move forward into this spring. So again, I thank you all for being here because there are people who have served this city in multiple roles. Some of the agencies that are here, some of the agency representatives, you've served our city in multiple capacities. And I see you, and I'm going to talk about one that I'm going to bring up in terms of the capacity he served in the city, not only in the past, but now in the current. So one, we look at Department of Public Works, right? And we look at our city workers who do that heavy lifting on a daily basis, literally heavy lifting on a daily basis. And now we have Director Khalil Zaied, who has now come back to the city to serve in this capacity. And so, you know, with his technical and engineering background, but also his love for the city, his love for our communities, I will say this publicly as he said it to me. Again, he is open to being an advocate, open to being a representative, not only in the city and downtown, but also in our community. So with that, I'll turn it over to Director Khalil Zaied. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. I was with the mayor last week when he talked about, in South Baltimore, talked about resiliency. And this is resiliency as well. So with that, I wanted to start by thanking the mayor for his leadership and his vision in getting this thing done and get us all at the same time in this place. I want to take this opportunity as well to thank the community for their commitment and their ability to be here and to do this on a daily basis. I want to also thank our DBW people and the entire city agencies, but in particular, Yvonne and Craig for their leadership in getting things done and doing this day after day after day. And I don't want to forget also to talk about our weekly recycling. We're back into doing weekly recycling thanks to their leadership and throughout the process. Before I finish, and I promise I'm going to be very quick, so 30 more seconds at the most, is please don't forget about the 3 C's and the way we do our business here. Clean it, contain it, and curb it. Thank you all, and let's get some cleaning done.
Thank you, Mr. Director. We'll see if there are any questions from our friends in the media. Well, Mr. Councilman, since this is early in the morning, but I'm going to test us all since we're ready to get started, and we're on Emerson Avenue. We'll see how many people are True Blue Baltimore. EA, EA. All right, we ready. Let's go clean up.